Alrighty. Hello, everybody. Welcome to 𝓁𓂀𓆃FULL. I hope you're doing well. Sending you so much love. I'm sending you good vibes, okay? I have sort of good news, okay? So make sure that you're watching either this video or the second. I'm still trying to see because there's a lot of information that he wanted me to gather today, okay? Specifically today, he was very clear about certain situations, but he wanted me to reveal specific messages that he wanted this to be voiced out, but also is to back up by other people that he's also has put Holy Spirit in them for them to speak up and use their platform, use their freedom for the right reasons as we're supposed to be doing today. All right. But the first thing he wanted me to say, we're still going to embrace that we're going to talk about the full moon in Capricorn energy, but he wants to be very specific about this and tell you why it's important that day, which is usually Boxing Day in the Western world, okay? Right now, he has cursed that day, okay? I will explain more often, but I will suggest that this specific thing right here, I'm going to put it here. I would suggest to screenshot it, okay? There are other companies as well that you should be screenshotted, printed, whatever it is that you need to do to remind yourself that you shouldn't buy from those companies, okay? Okay, make that your confirmation. Okay, another thing that he kept saying today, he wanted me to speak the money language. I was like, okay, I don't really know what that money language is, so we're gonna pray over this message so that whoever needs to hear it gets to the right person, the right people, and also it can create some type of influence and movement, not only for them to go and do their own research to find their truth and clarity and justice, because they could be the catalyst of bringing justice, just like we're doing. Because at the end of the day, he told me that when I was taking a shower, I felt like today when I was showering, like I had other people like showering me. I don't know, it's like a weird thing. I'm like, Holy Spirit, what's going on? It's like my angels were there, like they're just like washing me, like cleaning me. I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, and I understand the energy because I'm also not only dealing also with like really intense religious spirit, community covenant, but also now we have ones that I didn't even know that this is something that he's going to reveal as a confirmation through this message or through other people. Like he said, he wants me to put this out there. There's going to be either dreams, messages, other people that are going to come into your feeds, either on Instagram, your TikTok, your Facebook, wherever it is that you're constantly, if you're in media or looking into media or looking at other energies. And also he's going to create a reaction to those he wants you to stop watching, okay? So you will feel it in some way, for at least those who are doing this type of work, the reality of like some of the content of other people. He has told you to stop watching them, right? I know, I'm guilty, I'm sorry, me too. I'm not perfect in this, okay? But there was people that it was really hard to detach, right? And I really believe them. And then recently today I got multiple confirmation that they are Christian Zionists. They're Nazis, but they hide it very well. Just like, Canada is also showing me, the government here is actually showing me the validity of that and what that really entails. The silence, how violent they are, and how they're not speaking about this, that it took them 2 months and a half or something like that. We are on the 7 days right now. And finally today, inshallah, glory be to God, we have finally be able to bring the humanitarian aid. We're able to bring some food through the portal of Egypt, okay? So we were able to, they're distracted. The reason why is because I told you, they are running out of money. Now people who are in the military, the IDF, they're realizing, wait, we're not getting paid for this? We're just like, and also that too, they're not shooting, they're just killing a bunch of people on nonsense, right? And then they film it by, anyways, this guy really explains it well. So I think he deserves to have the center stage.
All right, y'all, here's your semi-regular IDF shitpost. Today is kind of historic in that it marks one of the first occasions that a serious op-ed has come out in a legitimate news publication that says straight up what all the other military pundits and guys in the public sphere have been saying, and that is the IDF is obviously losing to Hamas. So we're going to watch them do their usual thing of shooting at nothing while I break down the salient points, and then we're going to circle back, and then I'm just going to talk shit. So as of day 76 of the war, they have failed in all of their strategic and tactical objectives. Their hostage rescue operations are a complete failure. They've recovered 1 and then killed 3. They have not killed or captured any significant Hamas leadership, and they won't release their figures for how many Hamas combatants they have actually killed, because it's probably embarrassingly low. There were no tunnels or command nodes inside or under Al-Shifa Hospital, which, because we have brains, we already knew, but now we definitely know. And we know that their prestigious Golani Brigade has taken about 40% losses, and we're not sure if those are killed in action or an incorporation of both killed in action and wounded. But we do know that on December 12th, in a district that the IDF was supposed to completely control, Hamas ambushed one of their patrols, and that patrol called for QRF, which is Quick Reaction Force. It's like the military term for reinforcements. And then they ambushed the reinforcements, and then they ambushed the reinforcements in a triple ambush. And it sounds like a massive clusterfuck, and the IDF is just copping L's left and right. But there is one thing that the IDF is legitimately good at, and that is playing grab ass at sweaty, bouncing bro raves. They're really good at that. They're fucking elite. And as always, they're really good at dumping ammunition for no goddamn reason. Excellent. Look, maybe I need to go back to therapy, because the fact that they're just wasting ammunition is making me irrationally pissed off. No, they actually found a tunnel. Yeah, we know they actually found a tunnel now. So this is Hamas. Got some more shooting down a street. Okay, why are you shooting an AT-4? Like, H Group doesn't have technicals, which are like vehicles repurposed for military use. Okay, we're just in a rubble pile shooting at stuff. Awesome. Look what you guys did to the place. I love what you did with the place. Fucking assholes. All right, now they're walking down an alley. This guy's pulling out a grenade for some reason. Do we need that? Do we need to do that? Okay, got some tanks. I'm so glad, honestly, that there are no blue triangles. Also, just shooting into empty residential neighborhoods. Good times. Asking, wouldn't you feel super lame just holding a camera, recording your buddies shoot at nothing? Because I feel like I'd feel super lame. Hang on, I think we're coming up to a really stupid part. No, this is, they like running from point A to point B. They dropped smoke for some reason. And now they're like all in a line shooting like it's the 19th century, standing up, not taking cover. Obviously, you're not taking return fire. Like, this isn't the Napoleonic Wars where you just stand there and get shot. Like, in a line, like a bunch of meat-headed Staten Island jabronis. And more shooting down an alleyway. So good. But you don't even, get it, dude. The rocks are Hamas. The walls are Hamas. The world is Hamas. In fact, everything we don't like is Hamas. Freaking dorks.
They ended the lives of 11 Palestinians in front of their own families. 2 days ago in the Gaza Strip, the IDF surrounded a building where 4 families were sheltering. As the IDF raided the building and took control, they separated the women and children from the men, and they proceeded to shoot and end the lives of 11 Palestinian men in front of their families. They then took the women and children into a separate room, and they killed them. They either shot or threw a grenade into the room. The United Nations Office for Coordinating Humanitarian Affairs has called for an investigation into this situation. Look, if you know somebody who still feels good about saying that they stand with Israel, I don't know what to tell them. The amount of resources, the amount of evidence available to everybody with just a touch of a button, there's no excuse for not knowing the reality of what has been happening for the last 70 years to the Palestinian people, and what has happened in the last 2 months, killing tens of thousands of Palestinians. There's just no excuse. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and let's free Palestine.
All right, another beautiful energy as well that I think we should give credit as well. Make sure that you like and share his content. Make sure that you support him as well. He's an all-military person in the USA, voicing this out, teaching us about how the military works and how they do this, because he is an anti-imperialist. And I think for now, we should all be in that energy at this point, okay? Like 2024, for those, the manifestation and energy. Oh, wait, I do have a message for you. This is for you.
To all of you wellness girlies who don't want to address genocide because you think it's too low vibrational for you, this is a colonialist misrepresentation of wellness. I am calling you in. There's a quote by Sufi mystic Rumi who says, "Suffering is a gift. In it is divine mercy." Limiting your empathy and ignoring the suffering of others during a genocide because you want to be high vibrational is at best individualistic and bypassing, and at worst intertwines with white supremacy. Perpetuating the belief that emotions are either low or high vibrational has also demonized black and brown folks like me from expressing our rage and grief that has stemmed from systemic oppression because white wellness has made us believe that these feelings are low vibrational. You wave sage, do yoga, go to our countries, pray to our deities, yet can't condemn the genocide of brown people because it's in the way of your manifestation? What if advocating for Palestinian human rights and facing suffering is high vibrational? What if ignoring human suffering to protect your own Western comfort is low vibrational? So, instead of getting your spiritual manifestation knowledge from an influencer because what they're saying is making you feel good, let me remind you that using your privilege to condemn a genocide and advocating for Palestinian human rights is the most high vibrational thing you can do today. Many colonial spiritual wellness leaders have been proclaiming for over the past year that we are collectively approaching a new earth. According to them, light workers and star seeds will lead us into this new earth realm, characterized by higher vibrations, new awareness, and a transformed way of being. Yet, amid their claims, we see inconsistencies. Why are these spiritual leaders who have been championing this upcoming new earth paradigm silent about black and brown suffering during ongoing genocide? Could it be that the true architects for collective liberation aren't any of these colonial spiritual manifestation people, but instead the resilient souls of Philistine, Sudan, Congo, and the global south? And yet, these colonial self-proclaimed spiritual leaders will continue to sell you wellness, making you believe that the more money you make, the more spiritual you are, and telling you that you shouldn't speak out about genocide because it's not spiritual and is low vibrational. Philistine liberation is truly freeing all of us because we as a collective are waking up to the trillion-dollar colonial spirituality and inequitable wellness industry. So, if you are a self-proclaimed spiritual leader, healer, or manifestation coach, instead of blocking people and deleting posts and comments where folks are asking you why you are refusing to speak out about one of the greatest humanitarian crises we've seen in our lifetimes, how about acknowledging your own ego? Calling yourself a healer or spiritual doesn't give you a golden ticket to bypass your internalized racism. Let us use our individual power instead of following people who can't condemn a genocide. Call and email your representatives every single day demanding for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza now.
Okay, this also relates to all these prophets, all these empaths and alchemists that can take their platform to voice this thing out, right? Because you're showing us who your loyalty and who your morals and values are where they lie, right? And this is something that is very hard, and I know for a lot of you it's hard to accept. I'm telling you, I know, okay? Especially there was one confirmation that he revealed to me. I'm not gonna voice or put everybody's going to see eventually because it's just, the truth always comes out. So I'm just here confirming to a lot of you, especially because I was one of the victims of those people that I didn't know I was supporting Christian Zionist people. Especially it shows that in the past 2 months, it showed in my face the fact that they stay quiet, that we were talking about how Christians are being like executed, like there's an extinction of Christians in Gaza, like all this is being revealed, and they wouldn't say nothing. They will talk about their products, they will talk about anything else other than that. And that's how it showed that hypocrisy. I was like, wait, so Christians are not supposed to help Christians, or we're not? Like at this point, it has nothing to do with religion, status, or influence. Like a lot of people that we looked up or that we thought or that we believed, okay, that we let them manipulate and control us, they failed us. But let me tell you, this is another message that is going to be a little harsh, okay? They didn't fail us, they failed God, okay? This is something that also not only broke my heart while he was happy about what was going on, what is happening, like how he's putting out there the censorship and censoring the truth and all of us, like what's happening right now. And he was all in this, and everybody who's supporting Palestinian, everybody, like that's the saddest part. This is why I pity these people, is that all the covenant that Jesus, since the Son, has been building through the Bible, through the Catholic, the evangelists, and all of this, they sacrifice him again. Yes, because the Palestinians is actually him and multiple people, not just one person. So he did rise again, but he rose in multiple people, especially also those people who are advocating for Palestinian right now, who chose not money, you chose humanity, you chose your soul. That's Christ in you. And then him telling you, it's okay, my child, I know you're losing followers, I know you're losing money, I know you might lose your job, it's okay, I'm telling you to go get another job, right? A lot of y'all in those companies, you're supposed to leave a long time ago. Amazon people, yeah, I'm talking to you. You're supposed to leave a long time ago. I know they're testing you, right? They're giving you extra benefit. They're giving you all these things. All of you, you're not supposed to buy from this company, but oh, it's too hard to let go because they're giving us 60% off. They're giving all this percentage off. Oh, I feel so bad for your privilege, right? And we're supposed to feel bad for you. Don't get me wrong. We're all guilty of this. We all are in this together, okay? We're all being brainwashed. We've all been with the white supremacy energy. I'm not, exempt from it because now like 2 months ago, I wasn't even I was in somewhere else, and that's something that I told God, he told me, you already paid that karmic debt before the 2 months. That's why I made you go through all that shit. So a lot of us who are advocating for this, you already paid karmic debt that you were supposed to pay. Okay. Now we're going to see other people paying some serious financial karmic debt during this time, especially next year. That's what they don't want. That's the worst nightmare for all these spiritualists, all these prophets, all these people with their ministry and their Catholic, Zionist, Christian thing. They don't get it. You broke God's heart. Let that sink in. The moment that you decided to ignore, to be on the front line, when he told you, he'd been training you guys, right? All those who Bible studies and all the people who know the Bible by heart now. Another thing is going to piss him off as well. God has confirmed it. And this is for all of you. I'm going to put it in the story as well, in the little YouTube story. He said it because I've been talking about him about this, using my discernment and talking to him about it. I said, God, I want to be honest with you. My heart feels some type of way whenever I read the Bible and I see Israel, right? It really makes me angry, and I don't want to be angry. I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at the situation, how oppressive and white supremacy and colonial and how disgusting this world is, and what they accept and what they value, and then everybody else is supposed to value that, and if you don't, you make me look bad, or how dare you to, what I'm saying, feel that type of way, or be different, or be unique or authentic and not fake like they are, or not promote your products, or continue business as usual when there's a genocide, multiple of them going on, all funded by USA, okay? My own country that I live, Canada now, okay? Not my country, I'm sorry. Just not, okay? In other countries as well, we all feel this shame and guilt, but it's crazy because it's being projected to us by the higher ups that are not doing anything, and they're also benefiting and profiting of genocide. Wars with children and babies. That is a huge karmic debt that is going on right now. And God wants to confirm this to you guys, that you've been feeling this in your intuition, especially if you're doing this type of work, okay, which you've been guided by the Holy Spirit to do this work. And anybody trying to gaslight you, tell you not to do this, or telling you that what's the point of doing that? Let me tell you, boo.
The official government account of Israel is running this as an ad on X, formerly Twitter. Ceasefire, ceasefire, ceasefire. Lots of people are throwing around this word without fully understanding its implications. A ceasefire will only further enable Hamas and will result in more cycles of violence and terrorism. This is propaganda, but it's also why you're hearing this narrative so much, because it's being strategically pushed by Israel. As of today, December 20th, more than 20,000 people have been slaughtered by Israel in Gaza since October 7th. But who would a ceasefire benefit, right?
The only ones who would benefit from a ceasefire are Hamas. How could that be possible? It's the innocent civilians who
What about the children? They wouldn't benefit?
Yeah.
Are you brain dead? Can you possibly be such a moral idiot? You hear that all the time. You're the only ones who would benefit. Hillary Clinton says that. The children don't exist. The children don't exist.
Okay, so seeing a lot of comments asking about Christian Zionism. If you don't know, for every one Jewish Zionist there is in the world, there are 30 Christian Zionists. And Christian Zionists are huge financial supporters of the State of Israel and the trip called Birthright, which, if you don't know what that is, Birthright is a free trip that is granted to anyone of Jewish ancestry. And the goal is to get them to fall in love with the State of Israel and eventually make their return. All this is just continued proof of the video that I posted today that says Israel's existence is inherently anti-Semitic, and here's why. The basis of Christian Zionism is this prophecy that all of the world's Jews have to be in one central location that is to be considered the Jewish homeland in order to trigger Armageddon and the return of Jesus Christ. They are literally funding the return of Jewish people to a homeland that they created and they continue to finance for them, so that they can trigger what they believe to be will be the end of the world. There's a whole lot of creepy shit in there of what will happen to anyone who is not Christian when that end of the world happens that I can't even get into, but like, just as a foundation, that's what it's about. And so I think that sending the world's Jewish population to a central location that will trigger their death and the end of the world is inherently anti-Semitic. I don't know what you think, but that's what I think. Actually, you should think the same.
Americans have, for years, been fed a pack of lies about Israel and Palestine. These lies enabled successive administrations of both parties to offer nothing but unconditional support for Israel and nothing but unrestrained contempt for Palestinians. American presidents stood meekly by as the Israeli governments blatantly violated international law year after year. Israel aggressively expanded settlements in the West Bank, imposed a brutal blockade of Gaza-aided settler violence, passed apartheid-style laws, and used a vast bureaucracy to put a veneer of legality on seizures of Palestinian homes and land. Our support for this criminal and inhumane status quo was enabled by an elaborate mythology surrounding the so-called two-state solution. Now, there are a number of components to this myth. First, that Palestinians have received multiple generous offers of statehood and have unreasonably rejected them. Second, that the Israeli government would love nothing more than to come to some sort of a two-state peaceful resolution, but have no, quote, partner for peace. Every part of all of that is a lie. Fortunately, this mythology is actually crumbling in real time, killed by friendly fire, you might say, as Netanyahu himself has announced. Not only will he do everything in his power to block a Palestinian state forever, but that he is proud to have been a primary impediment to the dream of a peaceful settlement. In a press conference last week, he said the following, quote, "You and your journalist friends have been blaming me for almost 30 years for putting the brakes on the Oslo Accords and preventing the Palestinian state. That's true. I'm proud that I prevented the establishment of a Palestinian state because today everybody understands what that Palestinian state could have been now that we've seen the little Palestinian state in Gaza." Now, this, of course, is a transparent bit of blame shifting from Bibi. He would absurdly have you believe that those who supported the Oslo process were to blame for October 7th rather than him, the dude who promised you could keep Palestinians locked in a cage forever with zero consequence, who cynically built up Hamas as a Machiavellian means to an end of blocking Palestinian statehood, whose administration was so distracted by his own corruption scandals and pandering to extremist settlers that they completely ignored the October 7th planning that was happening right in front of their faces. But I rather appreciate Bibi's comments here nonetheless, because they are the beginning of the end of our national delusions about the two-state solution. Now, literally no one should be surprised that Bibi is bragging about blocking a Palestinian state. This has been his entire political program and raison d'etre for decades. But such comments and naked admissions rarely make it into the U.S. press. They're said in Hebrew for an Israeli domestic audience, and American politicians just pretend they didn't hear them. Or they pretend that Bibi is some outlier, a fringe political character inconsistent with mainstream Israeli politics. This is all false. In fact, Netanyahu gives himself far too much credit as the sole bulwark against a Palestinian state. In fact, the various Israeli prime ministers differ not in their opposition to an actual Palestinian state, but in their tactics for permanently blocking one. So first, it's simple enough to demonstrate that opposition to Palestinian statehood has been a permanent feature of Israeli politics, no matter the prime minister. Maybe most illustrative is this chart. Under every Israeli prime minister, moderate, liberal, or right-wing, from lionized hero Yitzhak Rabin to the odious Netanyahu, Year after year, illegal settlement building continued, and the settler population exploded. Now, why, you might ask, is this a key fact? Because the entire purpose of these settlements is to block a Palestinian state. Don't ask me, ask the settlers themselves. One of their activist leaders was recently interviewed by 𝓁𓂀𓆃FULL, and she explained it very plainly, quote, "The world, especially the United States, thinks there is an option for a Palestinian state. And if we continue to build communities, then we block the option for a Palestinian state. We want to close the option for a Palestinian state, and the world wants to leave the option open. It's a very simple thing to understand." And she's right. It is indeed a very simple thing to understand. The consistent commitment to settlements under every single Israeli government exposes the lie that Bibi is somehow an outlier in his opposition. Now, here's another key fact in understanding the consistent opposition to Palestinian statehood. Let's allow Professor Norman Finkelstein to lay this one out.
Every year, every single year, the United Nations General Assembly passes a resolution called Peaceful Settlement of the Palestine Question. And every year, it lays out the terms which I just described. The terms of the settlement are anchored, embedded in international law. Every year, the vote is the whole world, which is to say approximately 190 countries on one side embracing those terms, including the Palestinian representative organizations, and on the other side, it's usually the United States, Israel, and several South Sea islands, the Marshall Islands, Palau, Tuvalu, Tonga on the other side.
So next time you hear someone lazily parrot the mantra that Israelis have no, quote, partner for peace on the Palestinian side, you might challenge them on whether Palestinian extremists have really been the primary impediment to peace when the UN record here that Norm Finkelstein lays out is extraordinarily cut and dry. And just wait until they find out what the Likud party charter has to say about from the river to the sea. But you might say, what about Oslo? What about Camp David? Weren't Palestinians offered statehood through the Clinton negotiations? Weren't some Israeli prime ministers genuinely committed to this process? The answer is yes, some were committed to Oslo. But unfortunately, Oslo was never meant to achieve full statehood. Even the venerated Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, assassinated by a Jewish extremist over Oslo, probably the most committed to this process of any prime minister, even he admitted he never envisioned a full Palestinian state. Interestingly, current Bibi senior advisor Mark Regev just explained this to Piers Morgan. Take a listen.
Yitzhak Rabin, the prime minister of Israel, who wanted to make peace with the Palestinians, who was the prime minister at the time of the signing of the Oslo Accords, he gave a speech, and he was very clear. He said that the Palestinians will have less than a state. Yitzhak Rabin said, the man who was shot for his efforts to move forward on the peace process. He said that the future Palestinian areas will have to be demilitarized. He said the Jordan Valley, that area on the eastern edge of the Palestinian territories, would have to remain under Israeli control. The idea that a Palestinian area will have to be demilitarized in any future settlement, that's common sense.
Another important moment of honesty there. So what does he mean by less than a state, or state minus, as Netanyahu has called it? Well, Palestinian-American activist and intellectual 𝓁𓂀🆃 laid out in a famous piece what that is meant in opposing Oslo. He argued that far from a process to achieve statehood, Oslo envisioned placing Israeli security needs above actual Palestinian statehood and autonomy in perpetuity. This led Said famously to write, "Let us call the agreement by its real name, an instrument of Palestinian surrender, a Palestinian Versailles." So actual statehood was never on the table, but something short of that was, and plenty of Palestinians did support trying to achieve that negotiated settlement. Which brings us to the supposed conclusion of the Oslo tale as routinely recited by American politicians and media outlets. In their telling, Bill Clinton came tantalizingly close to a peace deal in 2000 at Camp David, only to see Yasser Arafat walk away from a generous offer over the smallest of differences. Now, at this point, you should be unsurprised to learn that this narrative is also nothing but invented ass covering to serve the Israelis and their American benefactors. To start with, the deal was very lopsided. Far from the generous offer that it's routinely presented to have been, it required extreme concessions from the Palestinians, including security demands, which would have divided the West Bank into 3 cantons, effectively continuing some of the worst parts of the Israeli occupation, creating not a state, but a series of Bantustans with no control over airspace, no military, no control over their own borders with Egypt and Jordan. Even one of the top Israeli negotiators, Shlomo Ben-Ami, later admitted, if I were a Palestinian, I would have rejected Camp David as well. What's more, far from Arafat walking away, negotiations actually continued. Formal negotiations continued at Taba until right-wing Israeli governments were elected to kill the process entirely, and the rest, at least for our purposes today, is history. So to sum up, the deal was far from generous. Arafat had some good reasons to walk away, but he actually didn't, and it was the Israelis who put the final nail in the coffin of Oslo with help from extremists, let's be clear, on both sides. But don't take my word for it. As our own Ryan Grimm has been pointing out, the right-wing hawk, Zbigniew Brzezinski, set Joe Scarborough straight in spectacular fashion on the Camp David fairy tale many years ago. Take a listen.
You can't blame what is happening in Israel right now on the Bush administration.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Well, look, Joe.
Let's go back to 2000, Dr. Brzezinski. You and I both know Bill Clinton gave Arafat and the Palestinians everything they could have wanted.
Such a stunningly superficial knowledge of what went on that it's almost embarrassing to listen to you.
Oh, is it?
If you were to look more closely at what happened in the Clinton Camp David discussions, you would know that what you have just said is absolutely wrong. There were all sorts of provisions and catches to the so-called proposal, and it wasn't rejected. The negotiations went on in Taba, and then there were elections in Israel. And Sharon came in, and everything got aborted.
Now listen, I think it'd be fair to look at this history and say, even so, given what we know today, Arafat should have just taken what was on the table in 2000, because it's got to be better than the horror, pain, and bloodshed that we are witnessing. Very possible. I think it's also fair to point out that Palestinian violence in the Second Intifada in particular is what helped to turn the Israeli public away from those politicians promising a settlement and toward those openly advocating for brutality, leading to a parade of maniacs culminating in this Netanyahu government complete with overt genocidal psychos. But I think you can also see when you look at all of the facts, there were legitimate reasons for Palestinians to oppose Oslo in its entirety. It wasn't just extremists bent on genocide who found the framework unacceptable and sought to undermine it. Now, in some ways, this past is irrelevant, since the thing that really matters is what happens next. But if there's one thing that's clear to me watching this conflict unfold, it's that the lies of the past, the narratives that color our understanding of this current moment, are the most potent weapon enabling the atrocities that are unfolding today. So let's take a cue from Bibi and drop all the fakery. Biden can say two-state solution as much as he wants. Israelis do not want one. So what now?
Now, I would suggest, just like this guy did, I would take away my investments from any Israel companies, okay? Just like he did. He thinks that he's not paying any karmic debt because he's doing this, right? He finally saying ceasefire, this guy from the UK, right? That's still considered a karmic debt because you cannot avoid karma, okay? Especially financially, especially, there's going to be a lot of disgrace. There's going to be a lot of tormentation of the mind, spiritually, financially, in any type of way. So basically what the Palestinians had endured for the past 2 months plus 75 years is going to be 110 times full for those who have caused it, supported, funded, and those who also are linked to any Israel companies and anything related to the state of Israel, not Jewish, okay? I'm not talking about Jewish community because Jewish people will not be doing this, okay? I will repeat. He keeps saying this to me. Now, sorry that I missed it, but he said to make sure that when you're reading the Bible, this is for the people who read the Bible, or if this, I don't know if this is something in the Quran, I doubt it. The Torah as well. I know in the Torah there's a lot of Israel going on, and I know Jewish people are going to feel some type of way, but those who actually support Palestine and support the fact that Israel right now is a colonized, settled energy, imperialist, and they're not okay with that, this is for you. You're supposed to, he said, to scratch Israel and write Palestine. So all Christians, not Zionists, anti-Zionist Christians, okay, Catholic, evangelists, who are supporting Palestinian and all the Congolese and the Sudan and all the energy, if you're reading your Bibles or it says Israel in the book, he wants you to scratch it and write Palestine. Yes. I know a lot of you've been hearing this message too, this intuitive message, and you think you're crazy because you're in a bunch of Zionist Christians telling you, how dare you to think that way? How dare you? And they're blaming you and shaming you for even thinking of that or even dreaming about that, right? That's how they gaslight you and also how they play the victim, right? Israel has been distorted and this is how this is why it's spiritual, right? Because the enemy has used what God, the Son, has been working for so long, the covenant of Christians and Catholic and coming all together and unifying together, okay? He had distorted that by using Zionist people and has tempted Christians, we see it in tarot, right? When we read the energy, we always see the death card. We always see the devil coming up, right? We see that, right? It's in the energy. It's a collective energy. So we all tarot readers can read that energy, especially the ones, okay? Another thing he wanted me to let you know, those who are tarot readers that you decided to kind of like not really post on your blog or your YouTube channel, whatever, but you have subliminally put it out there in your messages, okay? God wants to acknowledge that he knows what you're talking about, and some people get it, some people don't, but that's okay. As long as this is another form that you can pay the karmic debt that you are going to pay for not advocating for Palestinians, okay? For not doing this type of work, all right? I know I've noticed the reading. He allowed me to see it, and I haven't felt any pain when I watch it. And then I saw that part where you use the subliminal to heal people. I'm speaking, this is not for everybody. I'm talking to a specific Reiki healer or a specific tarot reader healer, Reiki, okay? Some of you earth angels, you consider yourself earth angel. Some of you, this is another thing, like a lot of tarot readers are reading about earth angel, but the earth angels are in Palestine right now, in Gaza. Just saying. The real ones are in Gaza, or at least spiritually their energy is in Gaza right now, and Congo and Sudan. So that's why a lot of you can't really read the earth angels energy. You might pick it up, maybe, maybe from their partner who is still healing, who is still in that low vibration, but that union is still going to happen, yes. So it's nice that you're voicing this out, but this is why I'm also letting you know, a lot of tarot readers, they have lost their gift because of they didn't do this work. They missed the boat of that, especially because now this is going to be over. The ceasefire is over as we speak. And also it's backfire and everything is going to be to light. So a lot of you, if you decided to invest your energy, your freedom during this time, and you decided to stay silent, quiet, and ignorant about it, and not help out in any type of way, especially for all of us who are doing this is why I'm saying 2024, I'm just letting you know, I would suggest to get prepared financially, okay? Also with diseases and stuff like that. Just saying. I'm not here to give anybody scares. I'm not wanting you to get scared. It's just that your actions speak louder than words. And we have seen how violent and silent and bypassing you have been. And God, actually not me, God has seen it. He's just voicing it out to you that he give you multiple chances, just like you talk in your tarot readings, right? You know about the multiple chances. You know when God gives second chances or gives second chances for a masculine or divine feminine, when they've messed up, right? And then they're able to, repeatedly show with actions that they have changed, that they have be able to learn from that karmic debt, right? So a lot of y'all, you need to learn from that karmic debt of being silent when your voice, your gifts, and your freedom and privileges, that platform that God gave you, that you didn't use it for the right reasons, okay? So I'm just a messenger. Go talk to him about that. Go do your repentance, your redemption, whatever it is that you need to do. All I know is that he's very clear about this, because also remember, I don't know if you guys remember that I've talked about this, that you can't intervene into another person's karma. Do you remember when I was talking about that? So this is us. We can intervene with people who feel some type of high, mighty old deity. They decided not to speak during this time and keep it quiet, keep it going, business as usual, and selling their products, right? This is the energy where I would suggest, I'm telling you, it's actually from your protection when your body feels the body pains, the stomach pains, and the headaches, okay, and you feel really tired. Also, you could be seeing these people that you already disconnected already. Just try it. Try to unsubscribe with people that you know that they're not doing this work, okay? Unsubscribe, stop liking their videos, stop following, and you'll see that the cord is visible in your dreams. That's how also they harness energy from people. Okay, these are, I call them energy vampires, okay, demonic, okay, because they don't have a soul anymore. There's just a vessel, and they have multiple demonic spirits that work in different ways, and they all help each other. Okay, so right now, the moment that they decided to ignore and not say anything, this is the moment that God snatched their soul, because God is the only one who can curse and take away your soul. Our soul don't belong to the devil, it belongs to God. Okay. Now, God will allow it if he sees so, which he already has. That's why I'm here to warn you. He will release those souls to the enemy, and he will, with love and light, just like you say, right? Just the same actions, the same way that they behave towards this energy, God will reflect that to them, okay? And that is their punishment, that is their judgment. That's not us to feel boast or feel happy about or anything like that. That is something that he's going to deal with that individually, okay? Now, my job here, because that way keeps telling me, Andrew, you don't get paid by other people. You get paid by divine. Make that your confirmation. Ah! Oh my God. That was my stomach, yes, confirming. That all of us who are doing this work, he keeps telling you, you don't get paid by men, you get paid by divine. So a lot of us who have this mentality that he keeps saying, this is why the lack mindset and the poverty mindset is still lingering, is because people are saying this with their words. This is how colonizer, white supremacy has brainwashed them. Oh, we cannot live without money. Money is the runs this world. Money is not the root of all evil, because now they already know that, but money is the what keep us going and stuff like that. And this is something that he taught me when I was dealing with my homelessness, never to say those things. And I'm saying it because I did my prayers and been doing my thing, but people who say this, they definitely absolutely benefit from people being oppressed. They definitely benefit from genocide, wars, and things that are happening in the world, because it not only brings them money, right? Because more healing, right? For those that, are feeling some type of way, right? They benefit somehow, somewhere, right? Their privileges, they're too comfortable in their privilege, and they're making everyone know about it. So in a way, their complicity is part of it's expected of the oppressor and white supremacy agenda, right? And this is something the Zionists also heavily fund, okay? One thing that he wanted me to confirm with some of y'all, because I don't want to outrage whoever this is, but it's definitely a her, and I used to support her and all of that. And then he told me today that the reason why they're not advocating for this is because the bottles, he showed me this person's bottles, right? Like their bottles, something about bottles, like something they use. I don't know if it's like for I don't know, they sell something. I can't really tell because I'm not here. A lot of you're gonna see it. This person speaks a lot, that they're communicating with God and stuff like that. And you notice that their content is more intense. It's because they're desperate to make people believe them, that they're good people, which is pretty sad, because this is someone who is like a single mother and stuff like that. But also they're into that siphoning and shape-shifting energy. Again, not of the good kind, okay? They feel some type of way because they have a large platform, and they keep saying that God gave them this, God gave them that. Again, we can't condemn people because we're not God, and thank God for that. But one thing that I'm going to let you guys know, that even your enemies, even the people that, all of that, they're part of the lessons that you're supposed to learn. And I learned from those people, and you just have to know when you have to close the cycle. And all I'm gonna say is that their choices really do reveal who they are and what they value. 11/11, I don't know if it's gonna show on my video, but it's 11/11 on this specific one. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Thank you, archangels, for protecting, and also making sure that this message is revealed. One thing that I'm going to say is that at the end of the day, you know, when you choose to lose your integrity and being honest, and then continue using God as your monetization, because that's what this person is doing. It just show, and this is something that he kept saying, like, it just kept breaking his heart, and then saying and talking that they listen to God when they're not. But it's just it's like a weird reverse psychology, but it's crazy. This is why, like, this is a Judas, okay? So he kept saying a lot of people for us, they turn into Judas. And you guys know already, if you read the Bible, what happened to Judas after he realized that he made a mistake, that he crucified his best friend for money. So this is, for me, this is a Judas that he was showing me, that, because I was struggling with the fact, like, God, but this person says that they talk to you, that this person, I've learned so much. I learned how to deal with witchcraft. I learned how to deal with it. It's like, yeah, everything was that for a purpose. It was for a purpose. But the thing is, this person was talking about themselves. They always talk about themselves. So if you're really listening, they're actually revealing their own, like, he's making them reveal. Like right now, there is that confession. So people are revealing their own selves. So if you pay attention, they will confess their truth and clarity and bring justice to those who feel a bit distorted and confused. Because I've been confused about, I didn't even know. Until God is like, okay, let me reveal to you. And he will do that in a beautiful, kind way. It hurts, yes. Breaks your heart, yes. But guess what? Who has it even more broken? That hurts me even more, because I'm like, man, you're so kind, you're so nice to me, you protect me, you do what? And you're doing all of this for all, like, you're doing for all of this, like, you're going way beyond, you know, we're supposed to be celebrating your birthday and stuff, and like, now people are using it to commercial and capitalize and stuff, and he hates that. But I'm sure all the Christians tell you, oh, it's time to buy for my 24% off my sale right now. Buy my products and my makeup and my stuff. Go watch my blog. I'm traveling. Right? Yeah. It's hard. Trust me. You're not alone. It's hard to watch these people completely ignore genocide. Make it a normal. And we're supposed to look up to them? You're not supposed to. That's the point. That's what God is revealing your Judas. All your Judas. All of them. They serve a purpose. That was their purpose. To strain your discernment, to strain your faith, to teach you about spiritual warfare, even though they're the one attacking you. I'm not saying this person attacked me, but I know they attack other people. I'm not saying they're attacking other people. I don't know. But they know what they did. God knows. And then they go in their beautiful car and talk nice. Oh, yeah, God told me this. But he showed me the products. He said that it's cheaper. Her bottles are, she's able to get it from a Zionist Israel company or community that obviously she's not going to tell you. And whoever builds her products, there is some type of Israel connection, and I'm not going to reveal too much. But a lot of you might be putting cream from death Palestinians. Okay, so I don't know if it's a cream or it's a product, perfume or something like that. Just be careful who you buying from right now. Okay, who you're consuming, who you're watching. Okay, God sees everything, and I'm telling you, when you're in this energy, when you're using your intuition, when you're focusing on your goals and your dreams and stuff like that you're supposed to be doing, money talks, and it shows that money talks. Okay, I talked to you about that if you follow the money, you will follow their trail, their corrupt trail, right? But this specific person, not even that person, but multiple, they posted on Black Friday. That's why he said, everybody who posted on Black Friday when it was supposed to be a ceasefire, but also a global strike, that day I'm judging it as well. So not only that day, but also on September 7th and before that, he kept saying. I will need to check my facts and stuff like that, but there's more going on. Okay? So this is something that he said about accumulated debt, financial debt, and it's going to be for 50 to 25 years. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for that kind of karma? I know I'm not. I know I don't want it. Yeah. This is why these people, it's going to be like a shift. Like those who are on the top he's going like this. Whoop. So these people mocked and tried to create more content to knowing that they could have used their platform to amplify these people over here, but they feel, oh, you're beneath me. You're a low vibration. Oh, I don't need to look at you. But these people talk about that they're listening to God, that they're doing tarot readings, that they're healing people, that they're constantly creating content to block your knowing really well. They know this, that the more content they create and the massive content way that they're doing is advocating and supporting oppressors who are oppressing us and silencing us. And also they're doing it for selfish reasons as well, not all just for money. They have a share. Oh yes, they have been promised a share. But you know God, you know the devil's a liar, right? Right? A liar, a confuser, and doesn't care about none of these people. Anybody signing Nazi and stuff like that, they all for Satan. And he does not care about you. You're going to see it. A lot of you, that's what we're telling you. We're not telling you to because a lot of you feel threatened or feel some type of attack or something like that when we're telling you to save your money. What? Make that make sense. We're telling you that if you stop buying from this company, not only you save money, right? You save your karmic debt financially. You avoid that karmic debt that they're having, because killing, I repeat, genocide, children, mother, people, innocent people, no matter religion, no matter who they are, it's a huge karmic debt. It's actually lifetimes multiple of financial, disease, health, mental, every possible way that you can think of. They have it. All these companies, their owners, their supporters, their influencers, their shareholders, they all have it, and they know it too. That's how they're trying to pass it to you. You don't get it, the crap mentality we've been talking about in readings? Yeah, that's what's going on. The Christian Zionists, they don't want you talking about this. They don't want you to, see them for who they really are, because they know they're cursed. They're going to continue feeding your spiritual ego and feeding themselves. At the end of the day, they're only feeding their own spiritual ego at the end of the day, if you pay attention. They're giving advice to themselves, that God gave it to them, but they're just giving it to themselves. They don't really care about you. They never have. That's the saddest part. Okay? So a lot of you pay attention to your body whenever your body tells you, stop watching this person, especially if you see in their community war or in their content or anything like that. It is all about themselves. It's all about money or success, some fake ass success or wealth during this time. Just pay attention to the subtle things, And I'm not just saying with prophets, anybody, any Christian ministry, any Catholic, anybody, any tarot reader, spiritualist, or Reiki healer, or alchemist, or I don't know what the hell. If they're not supporting those who are in the ground, those who are literally asking us to listen to them, to hear them, and to stop and cease fire, free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan, and stop genocide, because yes, we're all guilty. We're all carrying a little bit of this debt. Because we all buy from these companies. We all have purchased something from this company. And there goes God cleaning your debt. When you do something good for another person. Oh, yeah, let me give you the good G.
Tom, they're not trying to steal the land of Gaza. They're just trying to defeat Hamas. All right, well then explain what the fuck this is about. Because this sure looks like an Israeli business Instagram account that's been set up to plan the development of illegal Israeli settlements in fucking Gaza. What the fuck? Now at pre-sale prices. They're already selling the fucking things. And this is their website here. They're selling all these different fucking models of houses in fucking Gaza. But tell me again how it's not an ethnic cleansing. how it's not genocide, how they're not trying to steal the fucking land. You fucking moron.
Yeah, but don't do stuff just because you know that God is going to remove that karmic debt. No, God sees your heart. He doesn't care about anything else. Okay? So now, right now what God is doing is that those who abstain themselves have self-control and not to buy at all from now, no Christmas. He wants you to celebrate Christmas for his son, for sure. Absolutely. But not with gifts, not with buying stuff. He doesn't want you to do that. He actually wants you to stop buying and to save your money. I know. This is like taking away heroin for a lot of people during this time, huh? You're addicted to the buying, huh? You're addicted to this toxic addiction of money. Those who have it. Because those who don't have it, we don't have no problem. Oh, no problem. We are not buying. We're good. We know God got us. We know, but you also have to do some work in the field, okay? Take your platforms, your social medias, use your voice to advocate for others. That's how also you amplified the money spiritually so it can manifest in the physical, okay? Right now, most of us who are doing this work, we're losing everything, right? In the physical, right? But in the spiritual, I spoke to you guys before, you're gaining it in the spirit. So right now, we're not paid by men or institutions, organizations. We're getting paid by God. That's different. And I know a lot of your usual Catholic Christian prophecy people and your ministries are not really telling you this, or your astrology people are not really telling you this. Yeah, again, you can't blame them. They're spiritually lacking, and they're already, that spiritual poverty is increasing while their wealth is decreasing. Okay, so right now they're losing intuition. Some tarot readers are not really reading. They're reading the same thing. That's what they don't understand, why they're reading the same thing over and over and over. That's God doing. He has said, no, you will not read anymore. You will repeatedly read the exact same reading over and over and over until you get it. That you're not supposed to be reading energies. He hasn't given you permission. Only specific people, and I can name like maybe 2 with my fingers, that he's allowed right now. I know it's Soul Whisper and Linda Tarot. I know that for sure. Because when I watch them, I don't feel pukey. I don't have a stomach ache. And I don't, and I know it's Oracle 1234. I know he's told me that she's struggling with something in New York right now. Her too. I don't feel sick. I know that she's meant to be doing this as well. But you see, I can literally point it with my fingers. Okay, and there's some on TikTok as well. Also, they're advocating for this. Okay, I know Twin D has a different energy. She's protected for something else completely different. But I know that this is something God has spoke to her about, that she's not supposed to, because she has to focus on the twin flames. So that I already know that she's being convicted for something else completely. But eventually he's going to ask her to advocate, because some of the twin flames are in Gaza. So FYI Twin D, some twin flames are in Gaza, and you're supposed to be supporting Palestinians right now. Just saying. Especially if you're advocating this Christmas now, and you know Jesus was a Palestinian Jew. Okay, so yeah. So it's time to educate ourselves. It's time to, you know what I'm saying, and advocate for those, especially God gave you this platform, use it for the right reasons, all right? Especially if you're enlightened and someone who talks about twin flames, you're being chosen to be the guide and the healer. Well, it's time to advocate for that, so that way other twin flames are able to save themselves from the financial karmic debt that is happening as we speak. I'm telling you, by 2024, that division that spiritual people are talking about is bogus. Actually, God is speaking to the fact that nobody is supposed to be buying nothing. From now, I think it was in the 20th, he said the 17th or the 20th of December. But I know since it's today, the 22nd, I know for sure after I saw, like, I'm going to have a nice video to show you. He has shown me also that because of that was my cue for me to reveal this information. Okay, so he said that it's 15 to 25 years of karmic debt, of financial lack and poverty, and literally tormented. Okay, so a lot of people are gonna suffer a lot of, mental illness and diseases and stuff like that, okay? Especially those who you saw on the top, they're going to, there's everything is going to fall for them. Everything is going to crumble. It's just like these empires, this toxic oppressive system is going to crumble. They're going down with them. And they know this as well. So this is why you see them more desperate. Like, you see how Starbucks is desperate, like 50% off, this and this, like, and McDonald's too, like, everything is increasing. But as you notice, when we're telling you, your bank account increases. Also, for those who are advocating for this energy as well, I know that a lot of you are also still struggling financially, but some of you, you're getting new jobs randomly, right? Your job has given you new addition. That's something that I'm grateful about, that I care for beautiful people, and also the employers that I work with now. They're very, very, very nice and honest. And also that's something that I felt guilty today. I was like, oh, I didn't want to do this video because I was like doing work party with them and stuff like that. And God kept saying, you deserve that. You all deserve that. That too, okay, I reveal stuff in my work, well, after we were work, that I never would have revealed if it wasn't in my channel, okay? So if those who work with me, watch me, I love you. But I wasn't revealed, but it was just coming out. I was telling them about the fact, like, I had to tell them, like, he was putting it in my mouth. I was like, oh my God. I was telling them that right now, the full moon in Capricorn is very dangerous to purchase anything. Not only has the karmic debt situation that he had revealed to me a long time ago, but also he kept saying 15 to 25 years, 15 to 25 years. So I feel like 15 to 25 years is not just this lifetime, it's multiple lifetimes after. So for those who don't have anything, you know, he just letting you know that any purchase that you do from these companies, or if you need to boycott them, I'm telling you. Any people that you know he's giving you signs and synchronicity, listen to him. Don't be disobedient. I'm telling you, disobedient costs more, okay? When he tells you to unfollow, stop liking videos, stop subscribing to that person, stop buying their products, especially the one that, what I've been saying, and you know who that is that I'm talking about, that I'm not going to mention names, okay? Stop giving them energy. They are stealing. Spiritually, financially, in every type possible way, okay? Because they do not have a soul anymore. It's gone, okay? Now what what's dominating them is this demonic entities, multiple of them, okay? And God is allowing them because that is part of their judgment. That's part of their punishment, okay? And some of them are not even aware. They're continuing business as usual and like, God said this, God said that, but they're feeling it. They know it. I mean, I'm sure they're watching other people's, you know, calling them out, as we should. We should be doing that. And when it comes from God, though, and not calling names or anything like that, just tell them like it is, and people will get it. If those people get it, great. If not, they don't. But always use discernment, all right? Always. And go talk to God after this message. God, is this true about the financial that I shouldn't be buying anything on Boxing Day? And after that, he's going to tell you. I'm not here lying. I don't need to be doing this. But it's like imperative for my community that I need to reveal this on the full moon on Capricorn, the 26th, which usually is a Boxing Day Western societies, okay? Anywhere in the world, whatever. This is their way of getting income and boosting their sales because they have lost a lot for all the boycotting. Like everything that they thought there was going to happen after like supporting genocide and killing all those babies and moms and stuff like that. They think they're going to get away with it. They're acting like the victim now. Usual people who are guilty, right? Murderers, criminals. Pathological liars. This is how they do it, right? So they're showing us also themselves how they do business, right? How is not really business as usual, but for them, for their oppressive and privilege and, you know, justifying genocide, how is normal for them. And now they're feeling that you are attacking them because you don't want to buy their products, because you don't want to support them, because you don't want to be justifying like them genocide, and also you don't want to be involved with their energy anymore. They're low vibration. God is telling you to protect your energy from people who are not supporting Palestine right now. And that's what is going to piss them off. I'm just a messenger. And I need to be obedient. I know I've been failing at this and I have to repent and like, I'm sorry, God. Like, even like he caught me, like, you know, the videos, like, you know, when sometimes in your YouTube, like you're like the video start by itself and you just let it, like you watch it, you let it pass and then you see the subtitles and you can read it, right? And then he comes like, Angie, what did I say? I wasn't watching. I didn't even like it. I don't know. You know, even that. Because it takes time for those videos to get out of your feed, right? Once you subscribe and stop liking their videos, it takes a little bit of time for those, like their video will still be consistent on your FYP or front wide page or whatever for YouTube or TikTok or whatever. So, and Instagram as well, it's gonna take a little bit. Actually, Instagram is much faster. So when you stop liking and following people, it's just faster. You won't see them because it's too much going on. But make sure you're liking and reposting and saving the right content, especially about Palestine, especially people, you know, showing you the propaganda, like the truth and the, you know what I'm saying, use your discernment. Like for Instagram, I definitely pray before I open the app and I ask Holy Spirit to come in and guide me and show me the right, like show me only the messages that I need to focus on and that I need to work on or who I need to work on. And during that time that I'm on social media for Instagram, Holy Spirit is always there. So I would suggest to do that before you open Instagram. That's just a tip, all right? Same thing with TikTok, okay? But these are the platforms that right now they're doing this.
Human Rights Watch says Meta has silenced posts in support of Palestine on Instagram and Facebook. It says the suppression is systemic and global, amounting to what seems to be the largest wave of censorship of content about Palestine to date. The rights group reviewed 1,050 cases of online censorship from more than 60 countries. They were largely in English. Nearly all of them featured peaceful content in support of Palestine. The organization says that in more than 300 cases, users were unable to appeal Meta's removal of content or accounts effectively. It's identified 6 patterns of censorship: content removal, suspension or permanent disabling of accounts, and restrictions on liking, commenting, sharing, or reposting. It's also found restrictions on tagging or following other accounts, limited use of certain Meta features, and shadow banning users. That means a significant drop in the visibility of their posts, stories, and accounts.
If you were a real Christian, you would not be supporting Israel in any way, shape, or form, but after this video, you will completely understand why. For starters, last month they leveled a Christian church that also happens to be the 3rd oldest church in the world. Now, on top of it, there's countless videos going around where you can actively watch Israelis spitting on Christian nuns. That's fine if you don't believe me, I have them all posted on Twitter. Now, another fun little fact is they actually curse Christians 3 times a day in prayer. Now, as somebody who used to have Israeli elitist investors, I know what they say about Christians behind closed doors. Now, if all that is not enough for you, you guys should see what they think about Jesus. Yes, they believe Jesus was an imposter and evil and in hell. And everybody keeps yelling at me, oh, they don't believe in hell. Yes, they do. It's Sheol. It is literally the same exact thing, and it is described as a dark, shadowy abyss where you are sitting there in regret. I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like a pleasant heaven to me. Saying Jesus lives in regret and shame for the end of eternity is kind of wild. So it's really interesting to see everybody attack Muslims whenever Islam is not blowing up Christian churches, Islam is not demonizing Jesus. And last but not least, Israel has taken thousands of Christian lives in Palestine. Now, if you still support Israel, I have an impossible question for you. Give me one good reason why you should support Israel without bringing up Islam or Hamas.
Okay. So it's not just here on the YouTube channel, but this is something that he has caught me doing, and then now I really cannot do it. You just can't. You can't lie to God. You can't cheat. You can't. I'm so sorry. Oh, he's like, no more. They're just feeding lies. They're just feeding an ego that needs to die. So even for me, like, ego death is not easy, okay? It's hard, okay? Shadow? Working on your shadow? Who you lying here? We can. No more. Do you get it? No more lying. That's what's so hard for these people, because their life is built on lies, faking, pretending, and now it's being exposed by those who are not doing what they're doing. Make it make sense, you know?
I want to share with you a little bit about my creative process and how it connects to right now in our collective movement for liberation. So I've been creating for a while now, and I've been painting, writing, making music, and something that I do, a technique that I do in my creative process has really helped me. And it is creating something and being very rooted in my own value of myself. And it's pulling from a place of integrity and value and practicing it. And as I'm creating, as I'm painting, for example, I am pulling from that place. And as I am painting, creating, I am sitting with and observing things that come up. And a lot of times it's these waves of conditioning from society that tells me that I need to look to other things, to other people for value about myself, but also value about my work. I'm conditioned to look to white people for value. I'm conditioned to look to institutions for value. I'm conditioned to look to people in certain places of authority for value of myself and my work. And those waves could come as anxiety of like being afraid of what will people think, what if they have something negative to say, or that a fear of I will be misinterpreted, or even the other side of the coin of overvaluing affirmation. And so it's sitting with those waves and letting them come and go as I continue to get rooted about my integrity, in my values. And how that applies now is that motion, that practice is the same exact thing as right now, speaking up for Palestine, saying that genocide, that colonization, and white supremacy is wrong. And a lot of people have something to say. So as accusations roll in, as critiques roll in, as threats roll in, I can practice getting rooted in my value and the value of my community and stand tall and stand strong and be like, yeah, bring it on. Because actually valuing human life and actually valuing dignity has so much more weight. So I encourage you to use your creative process to continue to practice in building endurance and building capacity for liberation.
Allah will ask you on the Day of Judgment, what did you do with that freedom? You had the freedom to speak. You had the freedom to post. And yes, posting works and it does bring value. Why else are they stifling it? Why else when you post about Palestine, they get it banned or they get it shadow banned or don't let it get a reach? It's because they fear it. If they didn't fear it, they'd let it go far and wide. Why are they censoring it? Because they know it has an effect. When you share data from the UN, they try to censor it or shadow ban it or delete it. Like that's how much they are afraid of the truth. That's the power of truth over falsehood. Inna al-batila kana zahuqa. Allah says in the Quran, falsehood is ever bound to perish. Falsehood is so flimsy. It just needs to get knocked down, but it needs people to knock it down, and that's us, inshallah ta'ala.
Again, God is beautiful, okay? So he wanted to reveal this message for you guys, okay? So there was a lot going on in this, but definitely he said, no buying until now until you watch this video. So make sure you like, comment, and share, guys. Put it in your stories or put it out there. So amplify this message so that other people can see it, okay? Especially those that you care about, that you know they're going to be buying on Boxing Day. Send them this video, okay? Especially those who you know they shouldn't be celebrating Christmas. And that's something that I want to clear it out here. I didn't say that I'm not celebrating Christmas with the commercialized, the buy multiple gifts, the fake ass energy. I'd rather take my energy and investment during that time and help Palestinians, help Congo and Sudan. Put my money where my mouth is, basically, right? Those who purchase on my my YouTube shop or my 𝓁𓂀𝆃FULL shop, all money is going to Palestine right now, or Congo or Sudan. All the profits are going to them. Just letting you know, okay? So that's what I'm doing. I was trying to do that through my website and computer, but I don't have access to my computer. As I told you, it's broken. But I'm letting you guys know that all proceed, all merchandise, everything that comes from 𝓁𝓀𝆃FULL for Angie Block Divine Community, from Your Story Matter podcast, everything profits is going to humanitarian aid. Just putting it out there, okay? It's not going to any other, it's just what it is. And I'm going to show you with proof when that actually happens, okay? Because I like to be truthful with people, especially when he showed me that person buying bottles from thing, and then this is why they're not advocating for Palestinians, but they're selling their products and things to people, and then it was so weird. So that's why I was like, I don't want to be like that. So thank you. Those who are fake as fuck and you're pretending and you're listening to God and teaching us about spiritual warfare, we really appreciate it for teaching us what you actually been doing, not only behind the scenes, because obviously you lack integrity and honesty, but also what other people have been doing to you because you have been attacking them. It's crazy. Yeah, so that's something that he wanted to reveal to you guys, okay? What else? Something money talks. So what else, God? Okay, yeah.
In Palestine, Sudan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and so many places is apocalyptic. Hospitals with no medicine, shops with no food or supplies, no water to drink, no washing, no change of clothes, a mass disabling event, disabled and elderly folks trapped, so many sick and starving, no sleep, no rest, constantly fleeing, and a hostile force omnipresent trying to eradicate at every turn. But what we, the people, can ensure is that this is the empire's apocalypse. Because empire never ends without destruction. While it falls, it tries so desperately to pull everything down with it. We've witnessed it before historically, we're witnessing it now. Enslavers, oppressors, colonizers, military, salting the earth before they leave, literally and figuratively, which it is an attempt to try to eradicate all living beings and land. It's this whole thinking of, if I don't get to have it, no one gets to have it. It's that same mindset of individualism that's destroying the planet. It's that same consumption capitalism. But now, because so many are willing to recognize finally empire for what it is, we, the people, can be vigilant, aware of each other, and unified as one. The sheer volume and speed with which Palestinians, Sudanese people in the DRC are getting images, messages, video out to everyone else in the world about what's happening on the ground is how we stay aware, how we bear witness, how we continue to humanize those who empire is trying to dehumanize, and how we take action. This is why it's so important to keep going. Our endurance cannot waver because we are the wave that flows together to keep going. Interdependent, interwoven. So we keep going, not only just until a ceasefire, but until we topple empire. We want to make sure that its apocalypse becomes our liberation.
Okay, so something about your light, okay? Because I've been trying to turn this incense and the candles and stuff, and the light just keeps turning off, or it's not like working, or it's not going. Like, you see, it's not going. It's like someone really wants to dim your light for a lot of you. So this is it. So for a lot of you, these people who have acquired their light, Satan also was he's portrayed himself as a light, right? So they've been trying not only to steal your energy, dim your energy, steal your financial stuff, and then the weird ass energy. These are people that I heard the messages, but they're talking about themselves, and I didn't know. And I'm sure a lot of people will say, oh, but you could be talking about yourself. No, go talk to God about that. I'm just revealing the truth and clarity and justice because that's my energy. That's my frequency. And I'm going to be transparent as I always have been. But I didn't know. I was still naive, though. And he kept telling me, before, 6 months ago, he's like, Angie, I need you to cut them off. Stop watching their videos. Stop believing them. Stop sharing their content. Your energy is what gives them energy. And I was like, what? And I'm telling you, the moment 2 months ago when I took away my energy, when I stopped supporting, when unsubscribe and stopped liking their videos and stuff like that, I started having dreams about these people, what they were doing behind the scene. Not to me, but to other people. Because they didn't feel threatened by me, but now they do. Now they don't like that I post content like this or talk about them. Because we could be talking about a collective of people. I know I'm dealing with a bunch of Zionist Covenant Christians, Catholic evangelists, who do not like it. That, hey, you're taking away our money. You're taking away our money. No, they don't care about the fact that they are supporting genocide. And no, it's because we're taking away their money and their peace by revealing the truth to them. That our feet right now is too distorted, so they don't want to look at it. It's not about humanity for them. It's not about the human decency, the dignity, you know, for these people. No, we speaking the truth and dealing with all that we're dealing with, all the, you know, all this situation that we're making it look bad and that we're taking away their money. You mean the dirty money that you're getting for the fact that you are signing with Zionists? Right? Building your foundation, your business in everything possible way through dirty money, genocide, killing babies and children. Where is your shame? This is something that I don't understand. Like, how can these people talk about God, talk about how God is a beautiful heart and all of this situation, or people reading tarot readings and stuff like that and mentioning God and mentioning his name? Yet you look at what's going on in Palestine and Congo and Sudan, and you have the audacity just to look away, to, oh, that's not important enough. Oh, that's not going to make me money enough. This is what God, he told me today. My heart is broken. That was hard for me to even like I was like, how can I fix it? You fix my heart. You healed my heart. How can I heal you? But you know, God is God. He's almighty. He can rebuild himself, just like Gaia. Gaia has all the messages as well, too. Gaia is fed up. Our planet is fed up of our bullshit. And Gaia is connected to God, the Sun, and the Spirit. So we are like that, pretending, fake, unauthentic, supporting wars, which actually brings more environmental and climate change situations. We're telling you to save money, but you feel attacked. That we're telling you to stop buying from those companies. That is an addiction, my friend. A lot of us, we see that in Tower Read. A lot of people are in addiction, are stuck with addiction. Yeah, the addiction of money. Greed. Spiritual ego is actually an addiction as well. Not blaming anybody. We're not perfect, and we all being guilty about that, you know. But the fact that you can sit down and reflect and take accountability for that, that says a lot about you. That's why God, like, please cleanse my heart. Continue cleansing my heart. And please, how can I fix it, you know? And he tells me right away, I'm like, okay, I'll tell you how you heal me. Well, part of it, because we all have a little part that we can do. Absolutely, how you heal God. He doesn't need any healing. He doesn't need no help. He doesn't, okay? It's just that when you're obedient, you're already helping him. Because not only you're healing the collective that he wants you to be obedient, because a lot of people depend on a lot of y'all, whether you like it or not, or whether you think you're not influential enough or not. I'm telling you, a lot of y'all, you have a beautiful voice. You have a mindset. You have beautiful intelligence. You are better than all these influencers and all these people, bullshit kakalaka. Especially there are some of y'all that you are supposed to build ministry. And then these people that you follow, that you subscribe to, that you listen to, then you're, oh my God, thank you so much for the messages and stuff like that. They are stealing your energy and hoping and praying that you don't know that they're stealing your energy, and that you don't know, especially those who do coaching, okay? A lot of you're being coached by people who are literally siphoning your energy. They're taking downloads from you. They're taking intuitive messages from you, okay? And then saying that God told them. I will not book any coaching with anyone that is not supporting Palestine right now, that is not supporting Congo and Sudan, that is not voicing this out, that is not taking time of their day, of their energy to work on social media, to boycott, to call their representative, to, you know what I'm saying, do movement, protest, okay? Close their business when it was Black Friday. Those businesses that you need to pay attention. If they closed their business on Black Friday and they said all profits, if they were open, they have to be open and all the profits are going to Palestine, pay attention to those businesses. We were supposed to be supporting them right now. Those are the ones that he said they do not have karmic debt. FYI, if you're supporting Palestinian businesses right now, anybody who supports Palestine right now, you don't accumulate any karmic debt. You gain. You gain good karma. Okay? Now, those who you saw for the past 2 months that they didn't do shit, they didn't advocate, oh, it's too complicated. Oh, I'm neutral about this. Oh, I don't want to get involved into politics. Those words, that sealed their fate. And they did it through video. They created videos about this. You know this. You know who this is. You know who this is. A lot of you know who this is. And I'm going to speak name because they're already doomed. I pity them. I feel bad for them. I pray for their kids because that sucks. That person went all the way to the top and let the spiritual ego, because that's what the devil does. He waits until you get to the top because he knows your calling. He knows everything about you, but he's waiting for the right moment to test you like he tests Jesus. Remember that 40 days that he had to, and he was showing them everything. I will give you everything. I will give you all the followers, all the thing in the world, everything. A lot of you got all these proposals from all these huge companies, right? All of y'all influencers, you were asked by Israel to pay you to create false information, right? Right? All this of you to stay quiet, not say anything. Continue creating tarot readings and bullshit kakalaka when you were supposed to be in the front line with everybody else. That's what he's saying, that they sacrifice him again. But this time it wasn't Jewish people. Interesting. History did repeat itself in the Bible, but this time it wasn't Jewish people. It was Nazis, Zionists, Christian, Catholic, evangelists, all the people that say they love God, they talk to God, they listen to God, they sacrifice him this year. Mark words that 2024 is going to reveal everyone who sacrificed Jesus this time. Because Jesus is a collective. It's not just one person. That's what they missed in their little Bible studies. But it was ordained. God had wanted it to be that way. So remember, when you read Israel in the Bible, make sure you scratch it and you write Palestine. Okay? God is going to rectify that. Is going to create a situation where Palestine will get their land back, and there will be able to coexist with Jewish people. Okay, that is the vision that Jewish people see, and that's the vision that God sees. Okay, he's not gonna let the enemy distort that vision, that prophecy that he had when he was gonna come back, right? Because he is coming back. He already is here. For a lot of us, we probably are going to miss it. You know, because we're so confused and so stuck in our greedy and our money. We chose money. Like anybody who's choosing money during this time, I'm sorry, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss that beautiful light, that energy. And a lot of y'all, if you've been carrying that energy, you're being really connected, like you're the real G, okay? You're connected to God, that you are more privileged than most. Okay? Because his energy is almighty, is sacred, okay? And yes, people call you crazy. People, I know. Been there. It's what it is. I don't care anymore. Because I don't work for money. I don't work for these people on this planet. I work for God. That's where a lot of people forget. And I'm not going to forget. Even if I get to the top. I already am. I know that I am. But I don't need to be voicing it or asking validation or seeking. I don't care. Because I'm telling you, the moment that there's ceasefire and everything in the world is back to where it's supposed to be, equality, circular economy and sustainable development, I'm going to build with other creators, other platforms. I don't live for YouTube. I don't live for Instagram. I don't live for Facebook. I don't live for any of this fucking bullshit. But I have to be here to reveal the truth to you. But I'm telling you, the moment that all of this and these people get what they're going to get, which they will, that's why I'm here to warn you as well. Okay? I'm building something else. And God knows that glory be to God, it's not going to be like these platforms. Okay? Because this is the energy that a lot of y'all think that a lot of people decided to choose money instead of human. It's because they live off YouTube. That's their livelihood. That's their habit. That's their addiction. Okay? They live off this. They don't work outside of this. This is their job. Okay? So they excuse themselves because, oh, well, I can't do that because I can't lose subscribers. I can't lose money. I can't do that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? Because there's people who do this work, who work outside of these platforms, and also are protesting, are also creating content, are also calling representative, are also dealing with their children, teaching their children, because right now the schools are not really teaching, right? A lot of Canadians, what's going on here with the strikes, right? Right? A lot of teachers got rejected this week. The increase of salary. I wonder why. I wonder. I'm telling you, if you use in your proposal that you know that Mr. Legault, yeah, you know who you are, that he's a Zionist, that he supports Israel, and instead of supporting Israel and their atrocities and genocide, how about you dilute the money that you provide them, Canada, Trudeau, okay? Instead, give it to the teachers so that they can educate people, so that they can decolonize everyone, so that we don't do this again. That's what you should put in your proposal. And I bet you 100% that they're going to approve it. I talked to them about my work as well. I'm truthful. I don't care. All of y'all who know me, I've talked to you about this. It's that simple. Tell them the truth. And you'll see how right away, just to shock you up, so you don't talk, they're going to give you the money. They're going to give all the teachers the raise. I'm telling you. Do it. Write in the proposal, the next one, for a lot of y'all, teachers, if you're doing this, if you're watching this, write it. I know you're supporting Israel, genocide of children, mothers, and civilian and innocent people. You are getting money from that. We would like our tax money not to be invested in that and be given to the teachers to raise our incomes, which you rightfully deserve. Absolutely. Not taking that away, because a lot of you're losing a lot of money for all these weeks or these days there's no school, is it? Like, nobody's talking about this. Like, it's silent. But that is a form of oppression as well. So just letting you know, teachers of the Quebec community, Montreal, and all the ones who are dealing with this situation, you have a lot in common with Palestinians, don't you? A lot. You see how God reveals everything in the skies, you know? You do. So, like I told you, you protest with your people, but you also can take time to protest for Palestinian. You didn't do that? Oh, well. Did you pray for your... No. You're relying on money. Want money, more money. You know, they say that money is the root of all evil. I don't think so. I think it's the obsession and the love of money and what money can provide. But I feel like money can corrupt people. So this is why billionaires should not exist. Millionaires should not exist. I think this is something that I heavily pray for, okay? And I know people pray against me. I don't care. Do what you want. Gosh, actually let me hear your prayer and I start laughing because it's really funny. Because yeah, they have this belief that equity cannot exist, right? Because they feel like they work harder, they're better than other people, and how dare you? They're in this secret competition with other people, and they love comparing to other people. Again, demonic, racist, white supremacy, need to decolonize, emergency, 911, right? Now, I believe that everyone should win, that everybody should have equal give and take. I believe there's reciprocity. I believe that everyone should have equal living conditions, have the essential they need, things that they need. Because wants is something that we can acquire after, you do the work that you need to do. Whatever it is they need to do to continue building, sustaining, I believe circular system economy. I feel like we should by now eradicate capitalism and eradicate white supremacy and colonial mindset. We have given enough proof that those energies are not healthy for nobody, right? Also, it creates divisions and creates conflict and violence. It's not really needed, right? Because I feel like a lot of those things that is happening in the world should not be happening, but it's because we are custom and programmed to believe that we need to support or abstain ourselves or ignore atrocities because it's not really affecting us, but at the end of the day, it does affect us in the long run either way. Okay, so God is trying to reveal to you through this message is that even if it's not affecting you, even if you're not in Gaza right now, if you're not in Congo or Sudan, not talking about this and gaining money or any type of way that you gain it right now is a form of karmic debt and financial lack and poverty that people are going to experience. Now, there's the other way that you can gain better, clear that karmic debt is by advocating for those in need. Literally. Jesus people. Right? Palestinian, Sudan, anybody dealing with situations right now. Our money speaks. That's what he's saying. Have self-control, hold up your money, save your money, and if you can, remove it from the banks because banks are subsidizing these fucking assholes, okay? Take away the money. Only put it there when you need to pay bills, when you know the bills are coming in and stuff like that. That's it. So you're not laying your payments, okay? Because that's also, they're trying in every possible way to put all that karmic debt that they are carrying to all y'all. You're going to accept that? Okay. Continue your life as usual. Continue business as usual. Continue buying with this. But knowing that these companies, every time you buy from them, a couple of children die. Buying phones, new phone. That's what's going on in Congo. Educate yourself so that you don't actually unconsciously fall into situations that you don't even need to be in. Hold yourself. Have self-control. Have self-discipline. Do something else with your time. Build something else with gifts and stuff like that for your people. Or better yet, tell your people that you are not going to invest in gifts and stuff like that this year, that you rather give gifts and stuff and SIM cards to the Palestinians. That is the best gift that you can give to anyone. Explain it to your children. By the way, this year we're going to reduce the amount of gifts I give you. We're going to buy from this, we bought from this company or whatever. Some of you can remake clothes so you can, do something, okay? And give the rest of your money to those who need it right now. Those who cannot celebrate Christmas because they're being bombed, right? Or dealing with slavery or raped or any other crazy stuff that you can possibly imagine. That's the next video that I'm so draining to do, but he wants me to do it because it's important. Again, speaking the truth is not always easy, okay? This is why a lot of people use the easier route, not speaking the truth, lying, gaslighting, pretending, because that's easier, right? Lying is easier. Being low vibration is easier. Being high vibration for real is much harder. But the reward and the promise, it's much, much greater. And I'd rather be in that side of history than the one where I'm cursed for 15 to 25 years. And maybe even more, right? So continue boycotting, continue sharing, continue amplifying our voices, and all the people that I talk about in this video, they're going to be in the description below. Make sure you like, you share, you follow, you support them, okay? I do not take credit from that. That's credit all for them. That is their video. It belongs to them, okay? And yeah, just continue doing the work that nobody wants to do. That's really it. The one that God is telling us in our hearts, in our intuition to do from 2 months ago, and grandparents and our parents 75 years ago, long time ago. Okay? Like your ancestors are backing you up. Your archangels are backing you up. This is why they cannot touch you. You get it? That also comes with a beautiful spiritual wealth of protection. And your family gets protected and everyone else is protected. The enemy cannot get to you. Now it's getting to the people who are not doing this work. They're thinking that, oh, it's spiritual warfare, people are attacking me and stuff like that. No, God is allowing them, the demonic energy, to attack you. There's people like me, as soon as I started this work, I was like, I'm barely feeling anything. Like I'm feeling it, but it's not as bad anymore. Like I'm more resilient to this. I'm like, oh shit. Okay. I can do this, you know? Especially when you got God, like you have no fear. You're good. You're like, okay, I'm going. No anxiety. You go through those things, the stages, but then you go back up. Then there's things that happen that make you hopeful, that make you like, he does that like constantly, every single day. And then he warns you a few days before the attacks that are going to happen. He warns you. He tells you. You don't need other people's validation and all this stuff. All of that, like this is just confirmation, but you already know. That's how intuition works. That's how anybody should be telling you that whatever messages we put out there, you already know. And if it doesn't resonate, it's not for you. But if it did resonate for another person or someone that you know, listen to your intuition. That's another way how you pay your karmic debt as well. Because you're helping another person other than yourself. Love your neighbor as he loved you. Where did I saw that? I saw that somewhere. Oh yeah, okay, yes. There's going to be a link below. It's from 𝓁𓀀🆑Parenting, okay? She posted this video of this beautiful singer singing Christmas song and stuff like that. And then there's a scripture of John, and it's in there, okay? I couldn't put it here, okay? But go check it out. It's going to be in the description below, all right? I would suggest read the caption. It was actually really healing as well. When it felt like it was like, I don't know, Holy Spirit talking through him and singing through him. And I love 𝓁𝓀𝑃arenting community. Okay, go check her out. They're beautiful energy. Make sure that you support them. She's a beautiful mama. Okay, Latina. Oh, bye. So give her some love. Okay, she also has. If you look at the description, she has like a buy her coffee or something like that. Like go check out her content and make sure you're liking and you're saving the content. Okay, help her out. Okay, because she's been doing this for a while, and I feel like God has been telling her for many months now that is going to reward her. Okay, so make sure that we are the people that guided from God that give her that extra love. Okay. Other than that, that's what I have for y'all. I hope this is helpful. Sorry it was so long, but you know how God is. He works this way, and I have to be obedient, okay? So let's recap all that we have done, all right? From the now till after January 2024, we are not buying anything. Only what we need, not what we want. Only what we need. And if we need something, we're gonna take the screenshot of these companies and we're not going to buy. We are boycotting these companies, right? We are not purchasing anything from them permanently. All right? And we also save money to buy from the right companies. Either Palestinian companies that have been helping Palestine in Congo and Sudan. We are boycotting anything that comes from Israel state, okay? Or any other country that supports this energy as well. We're cutting this off, okay? This is how we speak. They're speaking their language, we're speaking our language. Especially the language that comes from God, from our own sovereignty, from the power that God give us. Our words, our action is our own power. Do not give your power away to these companies. They don't give a fuck about you. And if you did tomorrow, there is a freaking genocide going on, they do not care about you. Okay? They only care about your money. Same energy with those people who have been silenced, who have been completely oblivious of what's going on or pretending that they don't know what's going on, not using the platform, their free will, their God's will, to do the right thing for others in need, especially they've been training for this for many multiple lifetimes, okay? And they failed, okay? They didn't fail me. They didn't fail y'all. They failed God. And that's a different fail, okay? They broke the Son heart again. When they promise that they will never do that. When the prophets will tell them that this is how you do it. This is how you prepare yourself when he comes back. They did obviously the opposite. But then again, this is the enemy working constantly on them and them not being educated and then not decolonizing, not listening to other people that they consider beneath them. Okay. So right now, these people consider beneath them, they're going to be above them spiritually, and then it's going to manifest in the physical. Okay. I don't make the rules. That's a spiritual law. Call it like you want to call it, manifestation, whatever. And I would definitely suggest this full moon. It's all about releasing, okay? So this is releasing the karmic debt. So this is also, I'm giving you the tip, okay? So you don't pass that 2024 with that karmic financial debt that everyone in 2023 has accumulated. 2023, yes, is this year 7, right? It's the alignment, right? But 2024 is the 8. It's infinity, it's abundance and joy and peaceful for eternity that we are going to accumulate in January 2024. Do you see why you can't carry whatever is happening in 2023? You can't carry that? And I'm telling you, it's people who you watch, it's people who you were supporting in the past, it's people, like I'm telling you, be obedient. Because God cannot give you all the blessings that's going to happen in 2024 if you're connected to these people. Companies, people who are fake and pretending, and you thought they're Christian Zionists. They're telling you by not supporting Palestine. Do you understand? And it's better you know now, because now after I release this video, they're going to be desperate and, oh, Palestine this and that. Just like most celebrities are doing right now, because they're getting the backlash of people not supporting them anymore, not buying the concert, not wanting to go see their concert and stuff like that. Like a lot of y'all, Taylor Swift is going to have a couple tickets very soon available. I just heard that very clearly. They're going to start losing. All those of you who are Swifties, I'm sure you're going to be happy, but I'm just letting you know there is a karmic debt with that. So a lot of you, if you weren't able to buy the tickets, I'm telling you that is a blessing in disguise. So you don't carry that karmic debt, because she has a huge karmic debt too. And she knows it. I know I watched a couple of things and I went to a couple events and a couple of the movie theater, and I was just like, oh, I don't want to carry this. So this is another way where God has said, okay, well, double the amount of time with social media helping Palestine. Double, yes, I need you to stop working with the other job that I was working. He told me to stop for a couple of days. I gotta lose a couple of money. I gotta be hungry for a couple of days. I gotta deal with financial situations for a couple of days. Yeah. Yes, we have to sacrifice our wants and desires when we fucked up. When we have to take accountability, repent, and go through what he tells you that you have to do in order to get back into his good graces, right? So a lot of people have missed that part where you have to go through suffering and pain and stuff like that. Especially, we are not free until everybody's free, right? So when you are able to acknowledge the suffering and pain of other people that don't have the freedom and privileges that you have, that you're able to use that to help them, that already gives you the highest vibration, gives you protection, and also clears out your financial karmic debt. Yeah. Sorry to burst your bubble, though, those who think they're high vibration and talking about that is low vibration and talking about that. You're the lowest of the low. You're like cockroaches low. But I'm going to let you have your almighty, and God is going to just reveal to you that you were a piece of shit, and everyone is gonna know. And I feel bad and pity for you. You know what I'm saying? Either way, I love you guys. I hope this is helpful. Just we do the recap. No buying, boycotting companies. Don't accumulate karma debt from other people. This full moon Capricorn is a Capricorn, right? Who is the Capricorn in tarot? The devil. I rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Amen. I'm not saying Capricorns are, that's just tarot. That's how it was made. But Capricorns, you have the ability to transmute and alchemize colonial situations if you choose to. You have the access to decolonize a lot of people if you choose the light, if you choose to transmute and alchemize all that darkness and turn it into light. So I'm speaking with the high vibrational Capricorns, okay? If you are a Capricorn, make sure that you're using that voice that God gave you. Make sure you're using that beautiful energy that God gave you. And stop listening and stop unfocusing, stop being distracted, stop being obsessed with money, because that's your downfall. You obviously clearly see that is going to be the downfall for a lot of people, especially those who are so attached to capitalism, imperialism, and colonial mindset. That is lack. That is poverty. God did not build, no, that was not ordained by God, which is why he's telling you, whenever you read Israel in your Bible, scratch it and write Palestine. There's going to be published Bibles, new ones, that is going to remove Israel from all the writings. Don't let these Christian Zionists gaslight you or project to you what you already know intuitively that you're supposed to be doing. I bet you've been reading the Bible, some of y'all, and then you go and, because that has happened to me, you see the line. You see, like when it says Israel and you feel so, right away God goes like this. He shows you like a line, like a scratch. And then he shows you in an image, beautiful Palestine. Look at that. That is a feather. Look at that. Make that your confirmation. I'm telling you. He wants us to scratch. I've been doing that with my Bible. Scratch Israel and put Palestine. Because the Israel that he had in mind, it's not what it is now. It's this distorted. No, they're not the chosen. They're not. They're not. Especially those who consider themselves chosen, but you have an advocate for Palestinian. You're okay with genocide and killing babies and moms and all of that for the past 2 months and 75 years. So not only you, but your mom, mother, your dad, father, all of that together, ignoring and being complicit and justifying genocide, and then now acting like a victim, all because it affects your money. You decided to make this decision because it will affect your money, your status. Let that be your own. A lot of you, you're going to be hunted for that for many lifetimes. And I just pity you. I feel sad for you. Those of you who are not in this energy, good for you. Be grateful that you're awakened, that you see right through, that you have discernment and intuition, the real kind, that you not have let other people seeking validation or other people distort your own intuition. And we're not perfect. None of us are perfect. I let it fall. That's what I'm letting you know. Like it was just, so it happened to all of us, the best of us. Okay. But I am so grateful that Palestinian, Yemen, oh Lord, God bless Yemen. They're making weddings and parties on Israel boats right now. It's hilarious. But then again, that's ordained by God. God is asking them to do that and record it as well. It's crazy. Through all of this, like, there's always hope. There's always love, because love always wins. Always. And even though I hope he can forgive us for breaking his heart, because we all done it, okay? I just hope that I'm able to, this lifetime, I'm able to fix a little bit of what he wanted, what the vision that he had, that it comes true. But I know it's going to come true anyway, because God is God, you know, he's the best. But I just say, like, for a lot of y'all, like, when you have this relationship with him, like, for real, you care about what he cares. You do care. And then you question yourself when you don't care about things that you should be caring, you know? And also that too, he gives you grace and forgives you and all of that, and is compassionate to you, you know? So that's why you also, these people, don't have any resentment or hate toward these people. Don't have this hate. Especially, I'm talking about my American followers, because I know you feel hate about Israel situation and the IDF and all of that. And then people not being vocal about this and silent. I know a lot of people, therapists, healers, you're using your time right now just exactly like God told you, okay? But make sure that you're, especially my truth tellers as well from the States, okay? This is why your content is being censored a lot, and you've been dealing with a lot of that. And also, like, every time you reveal the truth, like, you get that threshold, right? That wall. But we're here to help you overcome that wall, okay? Because in the past, we didn't have that help. I know I didn't. Okay? So we're helping you to overpass that threshold, that wall, okay? And also once you pass it, we're not only able to reap the rewards, okay? Reap what we sow, okay? Because we've been sowing really good seeds for the past 2 months. And yes, it haven't manifested in the financial sense and the physical yet. That's what he's telling you. I need you to hold it a little bit more. I need you to hold that. Have self-control, because the enemy will tempt you. Is going to tempt you during this time on New Year's Eve, on Christmas, on the Boxing Day, watching all these commercials and all these things is all to tempt you. I'm telling you, do not buy anything, only if you need it. And I will suggest talk to God. He will tell you what you need to buy and what you don't need to buy. Because I've been doing that. Doing a list with God is the best. Okay? Because you only buy what you need. And you will only buy from companies that he is telling you to buy. The ones right now, what he's doing for a lot of us who are tapped in, who are very sensitive in spirit, the companies that when you go to the supermarket and the companies that you know they're doing genocide, that you have seen in the screenshot, okay? But try it. When you go to the supermarket and you're about to take the product, you feel this tingling sensation. It starts as a pain in the hand, okay? And then it starts in here. He does it like here in the stomach. Like you feel very puking. And a lot of you think, oh, I'm going to spiritual warfare, or someone's attacking me right now. And you start praying and stuff like that. No, it's God using your own body intuition to let you know that the product that you're about to purchase has a karmic debt. And then if you buy it, you're carrying that karmic debt too. He's cursing everyone. There's no mercy for the wicked. There's no mercy and there's no sleep for the wicked. All those sleepless nights that the Palestinians have been through, all the bombs that they've been through, I'm telling you, this karma is huge. I'm telling you, you don't want to be in the middle of it. Get out of the way. Also, accumulate good karma by standing up for others. Use your money where your mouth is. Use your money and give it to other people. Humanitarian cause, people that need it right now. Or save your money and use your platforms and start talking about this. It's not over. Even after ceasefire, we still have to continue. Okay? So right now he's asking you to save your money because in January 2024, it's going to be used for something else. Do you understand me? Be obedient. Okay? This is for a lot of your confirmation. Speak with money. Scratch Israel, Palestine. Boycott, follow the money, the corrupt money. Don't follow the propaganda, the bullshit kakalaka that they're telling you, or the lies. I've been revealing all of that in videos that he actually made me all day to reveal this to you. Make sure that you're supporting the people that are revealing this truth to you because he's working through them. Oh yes, this is going to piss off a lot of leaders and all these people, high and mighty and huge ass platforms. Yes. These ordinary people, beautiful, kind hearts that he has made sure that he kept them hidden are coming to light just as God ordained. Glory be to God. I love you guys. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.
الخير لا تدري بمن أعطي سأتيك الثمن والله لا ينسى وكم بالخير قد رفعت محن الخير لا تدري بمن أعطي سأتيك الثمن والله لا ينسى وكم بالخير قد رفعت محن كن داعيا للخير كن رحمة للغير أنت الذي بوجوده هذه الحياة بخير كن داعيا للخير كن رحمة للغير أنت الذي بوجوده هذه الحياة بخير